Answer. Is the Empress Dowager greater or Taizu greater? Taizu de. Taizu's ancestral precepts. The harem is not allowed to interfere in politics. If you dare to interfere in the affairs of the DPRK and China again, you will be cut off. What did you stop for? Keep humming for me. There is no order from me. No one stops. Snort. I am the late emperor's son. Snort. Do you want to bear God's guilt? The emperor is also the son of the late emperor. It's your brother. Precisely because he is the son of the late emperor. I didn't delay him. You are not afraid of going from house to recruit the vassal king to the capital. At that time, 500,000 troops will invade the border. What do you think of as an emperor? So what if you threaten me? Good. Ha ha ha. Afraid. Just let me go quickly. Otherwise, I will smash you to pieces as soon as the 500,000 strong army arrives. 500,000 sergeants were shattered to pieces, right? Emperor, what do you want to do? Of course, I'm going to kill you, the rebellious minister and traitor, but what about the army of 500,000? So what about an army of 5 million? What do I fear? As long as they dare to come, I will let them come and go without any return. Just wait to die. Does your majesty really want to die that much? Do you know what an army of 500,000 represents? The current imperial court is simply unable to compete. This is not 5,000. Not even 50,000. But 500,000. I have already asked my father. Until now, he has trained about 10,000 new troops. Disparity in strength. 50 times difference. This is not. Has the feudal lord come yet? What's wrong? Sometimes there is no time. The vassal kings from various places began to prepare to send troops after receiving the Queen Mother's order. Arriving at the capital with his troops. It only takes 4 months before and after. In these 4 months, tell me how many new troops I can train. 4 months is enough. His Majesty. What is this? This is a steam engine that can provide power. This is the sound of power for pulling copper coins. Your Majesty, this is a mini rifle. Breach bomb. There are also some poison bombs. You can't make these things. Not good, sir. I'll kill you and become the great emperor. His Majesty. I believe that King Zhuquan of Qi wanted the throne. United Prime Minister. Sent his fiancée to the harem. It's a pity that he wasn't the one to blockade the Yangxin Hall. There is no word from me. No one can enter. Disobedient. What should I do if I chop it off? Drinking tea late at night is just to seduce the gang leader. Oops. He bullied my sister and sent it to my door. Is there any problem with me fulfilling your wishes? The gang leader can't kill you. Saibansheng's father was the prime minister of the dynasty. My cousin is the king of Qi. My aunt is the queen mother. Dare to kill me. Certain death. Go back and bring a message to the prime minister. You can talk about it now that your son is gone. If he were to die on his own, that will be absolutely stable, right? Do you know how much trouble you will cause tonight? I am the king of a country. Why should I be slaughtered by others? Before the death of the late emperor, he selected you to be the overlord and commander. Guard the Great Wall away from Kyoto. Do you know why you go out to the frontier to be a traitor? If any of the ministers make trouble, substitute for you. If the ministers are ready to take action on the throne entrusted to me by the Queen Mother and the King of Qi. Tonight I killed the Prime Minister again. Your Majesty will definitely be slaughtered in the court tomorrow. Your Majesty, rest assured. The minister asked the prince to disguise himself and enter the capital. If there is a way, everyone will die. He is under 10,000 swords. What I am worried about is state affairs. He also expressed his disapproval of the state masters presiding over the national fortunes and the fact that Zhang Tianqing was fooling the people. Won the hearts of the people. He will definitely use this natural disaster as a martial arts badge. Your Majesty, do you want it? There is no need for you to prepare thousands of fireworks, uchida coarse salt. There are also thousands of kilograms of black firewood and hundreds of torches. I will get my will tomorrow. I hope you don't seek death by cooperating with me. Mother vassal. Let me show you what the power of technology is. The king and the queen love the queen and the queen and the queen's family. Something's wrong. Isn't it because your mother, queen, and ministers are like this? What does the emperor want to say? What do you want me to do? Why should I not deserve to have bad conduct? Please ask your mother to abolish the emperor and establish a new emperor. You are the prince of the Dong clan. By deposing the emperor with bloody words, he is complicit in treason. Why don't you know the crime? His Highness Prince Qi, Duke of Wei. This is also responsible for our country, Dahua Jiangshan Sheiji. You heard His Highness. What should be done and what crime should be done is so powerful. Now she even refuses to shut up her mother. This is waste. Your Majesty has little talent and little knowledge. Talents who govern the country by blessing. There is no way to bring peace to the people if there is little governance. You are indeed not fit to be an emperor. When I saw the eunuch, who allowed you to indulge him in front of His Majesty? Let me tell you what you want directly. Of course, I'm asking the emperor to abdicate. Why should you, like me, be a passing concubine and kill the prime minister and his son innocently in front of you? All walks of life are tiring. It's difficult to write a letter. Such behavior by Her Majesty the Queen Mother. What's the point of arguing with the beasts? Please give me your edict. It is difficult for an emperor to establish a monarch. Luan, we dare not destroy your Majesty and their slander. What about me? Emperor of these worlds. Ask the Queen Mother to make the decision for the old minister. She died unjustly. What happened? The Queen Mother was in the palace last night. Your Majesty Xian took advantage of being drunk. Want to bully me by force? But my brother, Zhuangku, said some. Then he was killed by His Majesty, Emperor and Prime Minister until death. But what you killed was good. Has been blocked. In front of all civil and military officials. How can you admit the Queen Mother? As the saying goes, the Emperor breaks the law and the common people are equally guilty. Your Majesty is cruel and unkind. It is really unworthy of virtue. It's better to depose the Emperor directly and ask the Queen Mother to be the Master Queen. You see, we should have killed all these people last night. Otherwise, where would it come from? Today's turmoil. The Emperor's family needs an explanation. If the leader of the world wants to kill us live, is there any other explanation? Queen Mother. Don't you know that if you want your ministers to die, they will have to die? The Emperor is so brave. Not only does the Queen and the royal brother not want to repent, now he is even more arrogant. Such a wise path. How can I be an old minister of the king? Wait for the officials of the imperial court to behave in the world. Please ask the Queen Mother to You need to give Ijia a reasonable explanation. Otherwise, the AI family would have to respond to the request of all officials in the world to establish another place to explain. No matter whose relative Sun Chang is, he is a minister. As a minister, trespassing, attacking, and threatening your Majesty. What do you think I should be guilty of? Breaking into the palace without permission and being an accomplice to rebellion. When the Prime Minister of Judu heard that I was the only one out of Sun City, it was a blessing from heaven. Now you take the officials to the pilgrimage. I want to explain. I feel that it's not enough for me to have him alone. Are you going to kill all 9 of your tribes? The emperor's brother is so cruel and violent that he disturbs everyone. If this matter makes the world know how to treat me, Emperor Dahua. The world is in chaos now. If you don't choose a wise king, don't you want to sit back and watch my great country subvert the world? It is the honorable existence of the 9-5-year plan. Get you a eunuch. Again. Shocking Zhao Zhao Lu's father-in-law Lu's words. Even if it means rebelling for the world. Revitalization should be able to establish virtuous people. Chao Chao Lu eunuch Honglang. Thousands of miles flooded. In Handan, northwest, people are floating all over. Beijing has frequent foreign enemies. Knock on the Central Plains. There are even 36 ways to rebel against the king. Stirring the emperor. Can you tell the Ijia how the world should be like this? Even the prime minister couldn't do it. How can the emperor know? Even though I heard that King Qi's civil and martial arts skills were not inferior to those of the sages. Will surely appease the world. It's better to establish yourself as the new king, Hangjin Chao Gang Huang. How could he possibly solve a problem that even man? I'm really going to be ruined this time, and before the national event. Then there were droughts and floods outside the province. When opening a position, release food to stabilize interest rates. Good fortune for the people. It was forced to light a fire. The notice issued under this document is exempt from tax for 3 years. Both Chao and Chao should be replaced by civil servants. Martial arts recruits surrender with benevolence and righteousness. More powerful by Qianjun. First-rate official. Officials can be sent to negotiate. Nurse. Tongkai Ketting Grassland Land. Queen Mother. What he said is all. Why is the treasury empty? Where's the dirty money? Disaster relief. Good. Emperor of all this. If it's all nonsense. Queen Mother. What you said. The news spread. Queen Mother. I'm afraid you are affected. Everything needs to be done first, then the people. Dear, if I can serve you twice, I will definitely do it. What he said is that he is following the world. Since the Queen Mother and the civil and military officials of the Manchu dynasty all recognized it. I, as the emperor, must exercise the rights that an emperor should have. What are you going to do? Emperor. Are you going to violate Taizu's ancestral precepts even if you are so presumptuous? Especially just saying a few words. Why do you kill him? Guangyi dynasty. Even if you mention Taizu's ancestral precepts, kill the emperor's brother. Are you a murderer in court or are you the queen of your mother? Today I must give an explanation to my mother. If I don't give it. If your majesty doesn't wait for me. So I ask the Queen Mother to issue an order to depose the emperor and establish a new king to depose me. This is not what the veteran said. This is what my great master of the country said. The imperial master is now outside the palace. If the Queen Mother doesn't believe it, the master of the state of Xian can go to the palace. The master of the state of Xian can go to the palace. Hindao met the Queen Mother. The matter of Her Majesty, the Queen's imperial advisor, deposing the emperor. But what you said goes. Hindao had to ask God for instructions last night. If you want me to have good weather in Dahua, to ensure peace and prosperity for the country and the people, the emperor must be abolished and a new emperor must be established. Believe it or not, I can do it now. Your Majesty. What is wrong with what my teacher said? If not, how to explain? I have been in Dahua for thousands of years. Natural disasters continue. The deposed emperor ordered this to be God's will. Instructions to the Prime Minister. My righteousness is God. Compare with me. God willing, damn it. Since the emperor brother. You said that what you meant was that God is not as good as you calling God. How is the rainfall? What's the problem if you can make this rain? Things that happened between my hands. Emperor. You hit your head too much. Do you really think of yourself as an emperor? Emperor, do you mean what you say? Since you ask so. Then today I will let you stop you from seeing what the 9-5 Supreme Being is and what the world is. I will let you die. He has to be hello. This is what you said. If you can't, the rain makes the family miserable. If you can ask for rain to mourn my family, I won't mention the things behind my back anymore. And give it back to you. Do you have to commit suicide to be willing to do so? Don't worry. Someone comes to set up an altar. I ask for rain. Today, I will show you what the world wants from me. Do you really want to ask Yuzhen for her decision? No one can stop. Even God must obey me. His Majesty. If you don't agree, what is the remaining body of the rotation at this time? Then you do this. They're really going to scrap this book later. Your Majesty, are you stalling for time? Igu thinks, let's take the sunset as my wife. What King Chi said makes sense. Take the sunset as your wife. If we didn't meet. Your Majesty, even if you lose. Good. Take the sunset as your wife. According to my will, God would not dare to do this to beautiful sister. Why did you just say that if he asked for rain, he would return the favor? If he could really ask for rain. That is the immortal. Does he look like him to you? Dream about your Majesty. What are you still doing? Could it be that I forgot this? A veteran can help you. There are still 3 hours until sunset. What are you in a hurry for? Hu Lin Changku. You ordered 2,000 troops and horses. At least 100 bonfires were lit around the capital. Each bonfire is at least 1 foot in diameter. Then bring someone to hold my imperial calendar. Wait for the lights to light up. Set the emperor's life on fire. By then, heavy rain is bound to come. Wei Chen takes order. Food in the wind. Set cold air condition from above. Today I want you to know whether the power of theology or science is enough. When will the emperor prepare to mourn his family? Everyone will hear this. Still waiting for rain. Hasn't this already begun? Listen to my command and light the fire, Mingjun. Bring some more smoke from the fire. What's the point? Isn't it enough that the thick smoke you said at the beginning was enough? What we want is rain. You're just lighting up some thick smoke now. He also said it had already started. This is a joke. It was the rain that fell on the championship spring ball. How did he do it? What hair really is? National preceptor. Don't you have anything to say to me now? I say. As long as I can't scream. You will die in my palace. You. If you kill me today, you will offend the Master of Heaven. Protecting Dahua National Jade in heaven. If you kill him, you are going against heaven. What if it was my own country that God wanted to kill? Look how you let God kill me. Take my weapons. Shock something. Unparalleled. You measure people's hearts and suppress evil spirits from descending into heaven. France knows how to dare to be in trouble. Where is your heavenly punishment? Where is your retribution? I am willing to die for you. Ruthless and Nanjua Gord. There are dragon orders coming every day. Heaven and earth change color. Long live the princes and kingdoms who serve as Emperor Wu. Long live forever. Although the general supported Zhu Wen. But raising an army costs money. Now the treasury is empty. Zhu Wen will definitely not be able to solve this problem within 3 months. We have the support of Xiang Yang. He, Zhu Wen, can't do it. Let's face the wall for 3 months. It's not without money. But the Chinese disease is inevitable in your army. This statement makes sense. Moreover, after March, it will be a prosperous time for all nations to come to court. The Huns will also send people to expose the matter on the spot. The emperor will surely rise up and march south. The wrong mother. Listen to the meeting of all nations tomorrow. Only rich. Nowadays, in the market of Guafan state, there are also tourists from faraway Europe. What's going on in Europa? I heard that they are foreigners from the vassal state outside Wanli. They also brought some other gadgets. Tomorrow, all countries may have to unite. Suppress the prestige of kings. Suppress his prestige first. Force him to be canonized again. The Holy Emperor is above. Today represents the king as the Holy Emperor. Your Majesty first gave me some rare gifts and smiled at me. Brother Huang, the great treasure of Dahua land, is even more wealthy. Is there anything I haven't seen? Do you have any rare gifts that are interesting? This is to sing a double pair. I want to kill me. I just want to see what you are playing. Hua Sun loves your Majesty. Please tell the AI family that I have great wealth and treasures. Are you right? Your Majesty, don't be anxious. Isn't there what the Empress Dowager said? My great Chinese people are outstanding. What kind of treasure is this? You're so stupid without seeing your mouth. Are you still jumping into this question? That being the case, how about letting the Europa envoy trap you first? If this were 100 taels of silver, then give your master a random translation. Let there be Sir April, Devois said. We are just a group of uncivilized bar parents. He knows all our things. They are just a pile trash, right? But he said, we have our parents and our things a garbage. I brought 3 things today. If you know them, Pao will offer our treasures and apologize for our action. If you don't know all of the unneed apologize to us hit allow us to preach in. This is regret. My master said. If your Majesty does not know these 3 things, we will give them a coastal city and declare them vassal and pay tribute. If your Majesty recognizes, that means his Majesty is great. Are you sure that's what he said? If you weren't afraid. Who says I don't know these things? The flower on the first tray is called Geely Poppy, known as a wonder for pain relief. He mainly lives in... Yes, I treat you completely correct. My master said. His Majesty answered wrongly. This flower is not a positive factor. Are you sure this isn't an extreme factor? Imperial brother. Do you want to intimidate the envoys from the fan gang? It's impossible to get him to change his tune. I am Dahua. How could an emperor like you answer me? Either tell the truth. Either I let you die. That's what my husband just said. Are you going to kill me? Don't forget that only I can understand what he said. Yeah. Hero Enver, your translator needs to be replaced.